Talking Wanderers episode 7, here we are. Back, Gary's back.
I'm back.
You're back, mate.
I'm back after all my bits and bobs.
Well done. You alright now?
Yes, very well, and it's good to be back, mate.
Good.
Nice to see you.
Good.
Missed a lot of football actually, so it'd be good to catch up with you with what we've done.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as always, Gary, I know you've got something to say. Thanks to our sponsors, Complete Carpentry and Build. There's their website, www.completecarpentryandbuild.co.uk. Proud sponsors of our podcast.
Definitely, I must say, I worked with the gentleman who runs it, Andy, and I did a job for him, tidying job, and I'm telling you now, he's such a perfectionist. His work is superb, and if you do want some building work done, definitely get hold of him because he's really, really good, and he's a lovely man as well, and I was really enjoyable working with him. So yeah, definitely make sure if you do want some building work done, make sure you speak to this guy because he'll sort straight out.
And yeah, on the website, you've got their contact details and
Yeah,
address and everything
definitely.
as well. Yeah.
Cool. Right, so what's happened, mate? While I've been away?
You have missed quite a few games, Gaz.
Yeah.
And we'll just discuss them briefly, shall we, before we get our guest on tonight.
Definitely.
So what was the first one? You didn't go to Wrexham.
I didn't go to Wrexham, no, that's the one. I was at Torquay United when we won 3-2. I missed Wrexham and I missed Bournemouth away.
Yeah, so Wrexham, another good, I mean, from a fan's point of view, it was a good day out. Obviously, everybody knows about Wrexham and knows about the club. And I mean, it was a good occasion for the supporters of Dorking Wanderers and the supporters of Wrexham. There seemed to be a real nice sort of togetherness outside the ground in the marquee, seeing the people that are on the documentary, Wayne, the landlord of the Turf Pub.
Did you go in there, the Turf Pub?
No, I didn't go in, but we had a drink outside in the marquee, in the car park, because he'd kindly said that if we had a match ticket, we could have a free bottle of Wrexham lager. So
Nice.
I took advantage of that outside, and I know, and Mark came out as well to say hello to the supporters of both clubs, and the Welcome to Wrexham crew were there, and Rich, who we're speaking to tonight, was there as well.
So is it?
Game itself, I mean, Wrexham were a good side.
Yeah.
We took some injuries again that day.
Yeah, Briggsy come off early doors.
Early on, his hamstring sort of strain, I think. And by the end of the game, Ed Harris had come off as well.
Right.
Joe Cook was pretty much on one leg by the end of the game as
Sure.
well. And, 3-1. And then it was tough. I mean, they're a good side, aren't they? Mullin.
Palmer, Elliot Lee, mate.
Elliot Lee.
What a player he
Smashing
is.
one in from 25 yards out to the top corner early on. The first kind of real moment of play that Wrexham had with a nice interchange on that, and then he just picked it up and smashed it in the top corner.
But 3-1, listen, 3-1 away at Wrexham, that's not a disgrace, is it?
No, it's not a disgrace. No, I mean, you don't get any points for that, but it's not a disgrace, and I think that was the start of a little bit of a period of us sort of looking a bit more resolute in defence. Dare I say it? We did concede 3 goals, but the impact of Tony Craig and George Frankham, who have come in as well. So there were starting to be some strong strength added to the team through the spine, and then obviously we had Boreham Wood only.
So I watched it.
Tuesday night, and I mean it couldn't have been a worse team to play against. I looked up before we played them. Obviously we've had some quite heavy defeats this season. Been involved in some high scoring games, 5-0s, 5-1s. Boreham Wood's heaviest defeat. Do you know what it is this season?
Probably 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah. I can't believe it. And they don't score many goals either. They were in a lot of 1-0s, didn't
they? They had an injury early on as well to one of their strikers.
I see that.
Off.
Yeah, in love that was, wasn't it?
And they, after he'd gone off, they didn't really pose much of a threat, Gaz, and we were really dominant in the second half, but that dominance without really making the keeper make the save. But we had good chances, we just didn't hit the target.
Yeah.
And I think if we'd have got a draw, or maybe if we'd have nicked an equaliser, we could have possibly gone on and won that game.
Yeah.
Another game out of the way.
Our draw would have been definitely a fair result.
Yeah. And then we moved on to Halifax at home.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was there then.
Which was a real tough battle. It was a good game. It's a real rarity into seeing Dorking have a 0-0. Dan Lincoln was absolutely superb, especially first half.
Well, they must be a bit gutted out of the fact not going at least 2-0 up.
Yeah, especially first half. I think we had a little bit of momentum in the second half and some good attacking spells, obviously, towards our fans. But again, you know, when we'd gone up there earlier in the season, we lost 3-1. And I think it was important to get something out of that game.
Was important
because we had the back-to-back home, because we had Barnet a few days later. And I think a lot of people were thinking, okay, well, we need perhaps a minimum of 4 points from these two games. And it may have been that people thought perhaps we would beat Halifax and get the point against Barnet, but it became a bit more crucial to obviously get that win against Barnet, and that was a really good win, especially having gone 1-0 down early on in that game.
Yeah, a lot of character shown in that game, I feel, and you know, winning 2-1, coming back, they're a decent team, Barnet. You know, they're in the playoffs, and I didn't see the game properly, but some good cracking goals I hear, especially from Franco.
Yeah. I mean, the Franklin goal in the second half was absolutely brilliant. You know, picked it up in the edge of the box and then smashed it home top corner with his left foot like that. In front of all the fans. And Josh Taylor's as well was a nice move in the first half where Franklin himself brought the ball out and was allowed that time and space to come through the middle of the pitch and then pick that pass as well. Yeah. And you could see. And one of the things that I've been a bit critical of this season was the goals coming from not so many players, so it was good to see two players get goals that hadn't been prolific, throughout the season. I imagine Josh Taylor, I know he'd missed a lot of games with injury, would probably back himself to have had a few more goals by now. And Franklin getting off the mark as well for Dorking, which was a really good made it for a really good win.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Also, then you went off last Saturday to Notts County.
Went to Notts County on Saturday. Yeah, that was another big event, another game. Obviously in front of the cameras, the later kick-off. I mean, I have to say, what a ground and a setup they've got there. You know, it's unbelievable. I've never been there before. You've got literally the city ground on the forest, literally at the end of the road. You go past the cricket ground as you come in, and it was quite something. And I mean, when we were running out, it was incredible. I know we didn't hold on to that, but it gave us that moment. But the atmosphere, the fans that had gone up there was 320 odd Dorking fans, probably a few more dotted around in various places and stuff like that over in the directors area. But I mean, we gave a good account of ourselves again.
3-1.
We gave a good account of ourselves against, in my opinion, footballing wise, the best footballing team in the league. You know what? This league is made up of so many different teams who've got their own respective styles. As we just mentioned, Bournemouth defensively don't concede many goals, don't score masses either. You know, Barnet, who've really come on, Woking, who again have really impressed this season. Wealdstone as well. They've all got their identities, and Wrexham and Notts County have that as well, because Wrexham are just a machine.
Yeah, I agree.
They're just a machine, and Notts County just pass teams to them. You know, the way they play and the formation and the lineup and the setup that they have there is you know, they don't launch long throws. You know, I saw some of their fans moaning about the way they take their corners, but they don't have 6'5", 6'6" players that they're all sending forward for corners. Invariably, the corners didn't amount to much, but I don't think they necessarily need to be too worried, because they create a lot of chances from open play.
Exactly.
You know, even when they were getting free kicks, they were putting them down and taking them quickly and taking them short. They weren't looking to load them in the box, because for them it's all about possession. And there was spells in the first half where our shape and our organisation was really good, but we just couldn't get the ball off them. So it was a real, you know, eye-opener as to how the teams in this league play and how they've got their own individual styles.
Definitely.
And how a team like that can be so good even in this league, where you come up against so many different sort of physical sides.
Definitely.
Like that.
But you know, talking about like 3-1 loss, you know, couple of goals, poor old Dan Lincoln pushed it across, it hit Tony Craig on the left thigh, and Langstaff there to tap it in, and then Jason Pryor just not enough pace on the pass, and there was just a couple of little soft goals there, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, I must admit, you know, if you said to me at the beginning of the season we were going to go to Wrexham, go to Notts County, and we lose, fair enough, 3-1, I would say, well, fair enough, I'll be happy with that. I know it sounds a bit of a defeatist, but you know what I mean. These teams could have whacked us 5-6-0, but they never. So So right, let's have a look at the league table quickly, because it's tell you what, it is this month's fixtures. We've got the Tuesday, tomorrow there's the games, Saturday the 18th, and then Saturday the 25th and 28th on the Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
We've got some games being played. We've got on tomorrow, Aldershot are playing Maidenhead at home. Scunthorpe, we've got Solihull Moors at home, away. Aldershot away, beg your pardon, to Maidenhead, and York City are at home to Altrincham. They've got to play each other. Then the following Saturday, we're playing York away.
Yeah, York. Yeah.
Gateshead are playing Torquay.
Yeah.
Who else? There's Aldershot have got Southend. Then the following Saturday, Aldershot are playing Gateshead.
Yeah.
Who else? Scunthorpe have got Notts County. Torquay, York are playing Wrexham.
Yeah.
And then the final game of the month, where we've got Gateshead and Dagenham, York City are playing Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
By the end of this month,
up
the end of March, it's going to, I think, listen, I don't like saying it, and I'm going to apologise, but I'm going to say it. I think most are down.
Yeah, I think I noticed that.
And that's not a dig to Maidstone, but I just feel they're down.
Like adrift a little bit now.
Scunthorpe, you know what I mean? They're playing a few games here. Solihull away, Wilson at home, Notts County away, and then they got York away.
Yeah. I know.
They could be looking, thinking, well, we're not. Where are we going to get the point?
Did you include Yeovil in any of that?
Yes.
Well, Yeovil picked up a point, didn't they, the weekend against Chesterfield?
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, that
A
Yeovil.
lot of these teams have added players, haven't they? As well, they've added some strength because they're in that bid to stay in the division. So they felt the need to reinforce their squads. And we have as well. We brought in Frankham, Tony Craig, Jason Fry. We've got Aaron Kill to come in at some point. We've got players coming back from injuries. Hopefully Briggs again at some point because I don't think it's a really serious hamstring injury.
Oh really? Fuller.
So there's a huge amount to play for still, and there's going to be so many twists and turns even now, even with the games till the end of the season. And we've also got York on Saturday, and then we've got the back-to-back home games again, haven't we?
Well, that is it. Yeah, we've got Maidenhead and Southend.
Yeah.
See, talking of Yeovil are playing Barnet away tomorrow. Then on Saturday they've got Halifax away.
Yeah.
That's not going to be easy.
No, if that's on.
They're not. Well, good point.
Yeah.
They haven't got a game on the Saturday, the 25th. I'm not sure why. And then on the Tuesday, again, they haven't got a game. So, by the end of this month, mate, I think everybody's going to roughly know where you are. And then what we're talking, then we've got April, haven't we? We've got April. How many games in April? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in April.
Right, okay. Yeah.
It's a lot of games, mate.
I know, mate. I know, yeah.
So,
we're getting to that cliche, getting to that real business end of the season now, aren't
definitely, we? Yeah.
In and around where we are, and we need to get some more points on the board and just worry about ourselves, really.
Oh yeah.
That's all we can do because we're playing clubs that are in and around us as well. We've got Maidenhead at home. We've still got Scunthorpe at home. We've got Yeovil away.
Yeah.
We've got those teams in and around us that we want to be taking points off to progress ourselves and to halt their chances of survival. So,
definitely. Must give a shout out to Tony Craig, I must admit, because I think he's coming to that back three and he's really been so instrumental in that back three now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's a leader, isn't he? And he's hugely professional.
Exactly.
Well.
And I was watching the football on Saturday and he was getting in positions as a centre half should be.
Yeah, his reading of the game is absolutely brilliant. He's there when things are bouncing around and mopping up, and he's seeing things further ahead, isn't he, than others perhaps. And you just hope that even if his stay at Dorking is only brief, that the others that are playing with him learn from him.
100%. Yeah. Well, I think that's all we've got to say really about the games coming up. A lot of games, a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
And are you going to York?
I am going to York on Saturday, 7 o'clock. The coach is leaving in the morning.
Nice man.
And my mum and my stepdad will be up there. They're making a few days of it, so I'll be seeing them as well.
Oh, so, nice one.
Yeah,
so
be good.
Yeah, it'd be a good old weekend or day out for everybody.
Yeah.
So once again, make sure you can get up there if you can, guys, and give the Dorking Wanderers all the support they need.
Yeah, the travelling support at times has been incredible. 320 at Notts County, and I know they're not all from Dorking, but there's people all over the country that are following the club and getting behind the club, and they're all in that away and singing and
Yeah.
getting behind the players. So that's all you can ask for.
Unbelievable.
And
Unbelievable.
part of the reason of that is the person who we're going to be speaking to.
Our guest is coming up soon, yeah. So, yeah, well, shall we get him on?
Yeah,
shortly?
let's speak to Rich, yeah, and we'll chat to him now.